Um, I have a feeling I might have figured out the answer to this, but I'm not 100% sure. Someone sent me this in the
I did.
mail. It was
No,
you, Betsy. What a doll. I love it. We're
I
gonna
think
do some stuff out of here. I'm still debating my September.
You missed on the favorite one, he showed you the tape.
Oh, oh, that would be easier. So we're gonna do some stuff out of here. I love this little pinky one. We're gonna do some stuff out of there. Oh, I love it. I didn't get a note, and it's been sitting here bothering me where that came from.
oh,
Okay,
there was
so
supposed did it came Amazon, right?
yes.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Sometimes I put notes when I send people things. I do the little note, and the note never ends up in the package. So
Right.
I wasn't 100% sure. And then somebody else the other day, oh, I'm glad I asked because somebody the other day posted a picture of a quilt that I think was either out of this book or from something similar. And I thought that was the person that sent it to me. Oh, thank you, Betsy. What a
You're welcome.
sweetheart. Of course,
You're
you know what
welcome.
that means. You have to buy three yards.
There. Well, I thought of you. No, 3 individual yards. You don't need 3 yards of one fabric. You need
Fantastic.
three 1 yard cuts.
A book written for me.
That's what I thought. There's many of them. I've made lots of them. They're fun. Hi,
Have you
Rob.
really? This is the
You're
book.
you're muted, Robin. Oh, okay.
Hi, Robin. We were we were missing LA. We were missing not LA. Who misses LA? We were missing California today. Steve's been on some of the, believe it or not, this managing this channel is not Steve's job.
Just change your cameras when you go there.
Okay. He has his own channels, he has his own online stuff that he does, and we also have our insurance business. But he was going back for some of his online stuff. He was going back through old, when you get scrolling through your phone, like old videos and pictures and old stuff, uh, and you start reminiscing about, oh gosh, I tell you what, it just takes you back. Okay, back to the quilt. I mean, back to this thing. So here's, let me choose the right camera. Wrong one. Okay. Um, Here's what happens. This is the edge. I have the border centered over the table topper. Okay. So it's centered. Do you see that though? So even if I trim this down, I'm still going to have this little gap. And what I was trying to do was just get that centered on there. And I think the only way to do that is what some people suggested, which was just go back and increase the seam a smidge on some of these connections.
If you
How would
had
you?
more, if you had more of that, do you have more of that? Oh,
This?
sorry. If you, no, the little square.
This?
Do you have more of that?
Yes.
I would take 2 flying geese off of there, and then whatever it took to make up. Sorry about the dog.
That's
Uh,
okay.
to make up the ends, the length on the ends, I would center the flying geese on the quilt, and then use pieces of that fabric to
Yeah.
get to where you need to be.
Oh.
Does that maybe doesn't make sense?
So yeah, it does. So you would basically do this.
I would take enough out. I would take probably 2 flying geese out.
Okay.
Then center the flying
What's
geese
that?
on the quilt.
Okay, hang on. Let's do that while Betsy's talking. Let's see. I mean, hypothetically, we'll do this.
Sorry about the dog. I gotta go feed him.
Betsy, the barking doesn't bother me.
Okay, now
I mean, for
center,
a pack of Rottweilers, maybe.
center
Okay.
that on,
I'm just doing it on one side because the camera won't let me go quite that wide yet.
yep, that's okay.
Okay, let me see. So basically what I did was I just pinned back 2.
Yeah,
All right. So now if I center that on there, that's going to be about right there.
then cut the end pieces to equal what you need
So add more of this until I get to here. Well,
On-
actually, till I get about
on-
here
on each end.
on each end, and make it a bigger and make that a whole corner piece.
Well, actually, if those are cornerstones kind of things,
Yeah.
they would help me. Help me, Robin.
I know. Hard
This is,
to.
Oh, Sherry.
yeah, I had an idea that was similar to what you just said. If you take out one of your middle, don't you have 7 flying geese?
Mm-hmm.
Take out the middle one and put a spacer or something there that would make it fit right.
Oh, in the middle. Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
that.
And then you could put
You know
your-
what? If I took one out, I'd have 3 flying geese. I'd have 3 flying geese, like a cornerstone piece. 3 flying geese, a cornerstone piece, or however many cornerstone pieces I needed to get to finish off, so that I could balance this side when I put this border on. And then 3 flying geese, 3 flying spacer, 3 flying geese. You can almost do it that way.
You
Yeah.
almost have to have your side, is that what you consider a top border?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
looking at the top right now. I mean,
Okay.
in essence.
You almost need to have the side borders on
First.
because there's nothing to sew that end piece to if it's supposed to be a cornerstone.
Ah, yes. Okay. So let's do this. Let's try that. Okay, so now let's pretend this is a side. So we're on a side. We're gonna go. Let's just take this one apart. Let's just do that.
Got out of here.
Is Angela still on?
Robin, you have a kitty.
Oh, Minnie, there's a cat.
Yeah. I'm in the office and she decided to come in here.
Oh, what's her name?
Penelope,
Oh,
She's like- 11 years old now.
oh, God.
She
Okay.
found us.
3 space 3. Somebody, I think it was Sandra, had mentioned that somebody has a specific ruler for squaring up flying geese.
There's a block lock specific for flying geese. I don't have one, but
With the block locks. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I thought I was wealthy when I was at that quilt show because I don't think I've ever bought block log anywhere else except for that quilt show. And somehow I have so many of them right now, it seems like. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I might have a duplicate of a size, maybe not. Um, but
maybe you got a package deal at a show.
I must have gotten a package and I don't know. Won the raffle, maybe. Okay. All right, let me get this little cornerstone on here. So we'll switch it over here. And over here to this. I have a feeling that this might just take out just enough to get us a little bit more squared up.
Well, you're only lacking.
It's not a lot.
No, wasn't it, didn't you just do 2-inch borders instead of 2.5?
Right. Yes.
So
So
you're
I
not,
guess in theory, it's only an inch that I'm off. Right?
well, yeah, you could just, when you get your side borders on and then you look at your top borders, wouldn't it just be the cornerstone that sticks out a little bit and you just trim that off?
I think so. Because I think I would just do that in the corner, just trim it a little bit on the corner. If I was close on the. All right, let's see.
I'm gonna step away for a second and go feed the dog. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Come on.
Yes. Yesterday yesterday. Let me come back over here. Yesterday was a long day. Now, unfortunately, I'm paying for it a little bit today because we got a slow start this morning. And that just makes it that today's been kind of crazy because I overslept. I did, I admit it. All right, let me see here. Oh, no, I'm using that. Okay. So anyway, what I was saying was yesterday there was an article, because I guess it was National Dog Day.
Oh,
And there was an op-ed that I read that about this from this woman and she and her husband have a dog, and um, it was so heartwarming. Like she made a comment in there about how having her dog, even in terms of um, she and her husband don't have children. So that even in terms of her marriage and her relationship and things at home and kind of like being in the moment and living in the present and keeping the mood in your home a little bit lighter, like that, those are some of the things that in my opinion, having a dog does. I mean, Minnie does that for us. Like there's times when it would be really easy to kind of snap at somebody or kind of peck at somebody. And I don't know, Minnie keeps me from doing that. She makes me a nice person. Oh, Janice. Hello, Janice. Okay, let's see. Let's put this on. I mean, let's line this up.
here, I'm gonna flip my phone and I'll give you
Yeah.
a funny. Let me see if it'll, oh, it's blurry. I'd have to take the thing off. Hold on. I gotta take the background off. Then, see that little guy? That's Todd.
Todd?
Todd, can you see him? He's eating the weeds. but he can get out from the other animals. So he's over there. So that I'm looking out the window and that's what I see right now.
Oh my gosh, that is hysterical.
He's by my husband has like a net where he hits golf balls into. He's
Yeah,
right on the other side of that.
that's cool. Okay, well, let me switch it around so you guys can see. I always end up choosing the wrong. Angela, not that hard. Okay, so this is where it ends up. Now this is the border basically centered. This is the side border, basically centered.
That's pretty good.
About the same.
That's centered.
Yeah. And that's with this. I have 3 flying geese and then a 2.5 inch square and then 3 flying geese.
So, so you're missing about a half an inch on each end?
Yeah, let's see. Almost exactly.
So what if your middle, that middle piece that's not a flying geese, what if that was,
A little bit bigger.
bigger so it would make up the difference?
I think so too. Okay, let's do that. All right, so let's go.
Well, if you're missing a half an inch on each end, if you made that
I just need to make it an inch bigger.
3.5 inches,
Okay.
right? Am I right? Someone
Yep.
chime in here. Don't leave me,
Yes, yes,
don't
you're
Don't
right.
leave all the
You are
responsibility on
always
Betsy,
right.
don't throw me under the bus here, girls.
because I think we're all confident that if something goes wrong, I'm gonna blame Betsy. So
That'll be the end of me. That'll be it. There won't be any more me here.
I'll tell you what, I don't know where this month went.
I got my thing done. My leaves thing done, and it's still August.
I'm gonna be cutting it really close. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna cut this. So actually what I need for if I'm gonna do this all the way around, so let me just talk this out and think it out. If I'm gonna do this all the way around, I need 3.5 inch spacer in the middle of on each side. And then on the top and bottom, I need the cornerstone on
Yeah,
each end.
for your side
The
border.
ends.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's do this at 3.5. 1, 2, 3.
Where's Marilyn? Or Madeline? I mean, sorry,
He has
Madeline.
a board meeting tonight.
I know.
I know. We're gonna have to give her a whole mess of crap when she. Oh, this ruler is 3.5. Ooh, that's handy. Okay, 3.5. Yeah. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not gonna be able to do that. Let's just do this one so that we can 1, 2, 3. Sure.
Where's Sandra? Is she she's on YouTube?
Who's Sandra? Oh my gosh. Okay, I missed some comments. Janice, hello, Janice. I think I said hello, Janice. Hi, Loretta. Oh, thank you. And Erlene is here. She made it. Hi, Erlene. They're on YouTube.
It's okay.
Quilt winch. Okay. I think I've said hello to everybody. All right, now let me. And actually, I need it 2.5 by 3.5, right?
Right.
2.5. Betsy, what are you doing for the month of September? What's your project for September?
Well, I'm gonna make a fall, another table topper. Another one of those hexagon table toppers that
Oh, I like that.
I got some really cute kind of fall slash more fall than Halloween. And then I'm going to do a wall hanging for a charity auction. That show you if I can. It's got bees on it. It's really cute. It's big though. I'm gonna get it upside down.
Oh my gosh. How would
Oh, wow. That's
I
beautiful.
can't show it all. It's too tall, but yeah,
that's adorable.
it's just all I'm gonna do really is border it and then I'll quilt it.
That's a cool giveaway. Oh,
One of the gals that I know that's affiliated with this charity has bees. And she has the best honey. And so I thought I'd get some honey from her. I'd kind of make a basket, to auction off with maybe some. We have a really good. Do you have Bread Smith any place
No.
else?
What is
Well, it's a really good bread bakery. And we have one here in town. And so I thought I'd put in a gift card for Bread Smith and some honey and I don't know what else. What would you put out? What else would you put in there? With the wall hanging, some honey, and a gift card. What else would you add?
box of tea, maybe?
Oh, maybe tea. That's a good idea.
That'd be kind of fun.
that?
I want to come to where's the raffle? Where's the auction?
In Fargo. Better come to Fargo in October. It's gonna be so that's my charity thing. And then I'll do some, I don't know, I'll do some quilting. I got enough quilt tops to last me my rest of my life. So
I know. I'm desperate to get some of mine finished all the way. It just takes time and um sometimes when I'm in here sewing, I'm sewing for whatever time I'm on, chatting with you guys, and then I get up and I go do other stuff and I just don't get it all done. Okay, look, I'm gonna turn my camera back over so you guys can see me because there we go. All right, so let's see. Since I already had this one mostly sewn on.
what are you working on, Robin?
Quilt wise, I've got probably 3 in the works that I've been just going back and forth. And then my little side business is I have a laser, so I make like welcome signs and ornaments and different things out of wood.
Cool.
So because it's almost Christmas, I'm taking a small step back from my quilting and I'm trying to get my stock up for sales.
For that
Is-
stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you use your laser to make those templates for Angela?
Yeah. And
Cool.
those were a breeze, you know. I just put in the shape and it just cut it.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic for the petals. Oh my goodness.
Do you do 1/4 inch acrylic? Were those 1/4 inch?
Those were 1/8.
Hmm.
Yeah. A quarter would have been thicker,
Yeah,
which would have worked. But you know, if you're moving your blade around, the lower, the 1/8 is a little more easy
yeah.
to get around. So, but,
1/4 inch acrylic is what they use for, you probably know this, for long arm rulers. You
mhm.
have to have 1/4 inch.
I didn't know that. I don't have a long arm, so I'm actually fairly new to quilting. So since I started in January of 2025, but I think I'm up to between works in progress and completions, I think I'm up to like 7 or 8 quilts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's amazing.
Yeah, you're outdoing me, boy, by a long shot. Good for
What
you.
made you want to, what made you start quilting, Robin?
I always wanted to try it. My grandmother was a huge quilter. Um, when I used to go to her place in the summertime, she always had like the almost like a long arm, but it was out of wood, and she would hand stitch everything. So like even her fingers like were kind of, they weren't, the tips weren't straight, and she said it was from quilting so much, just putting that pressure on her fingers.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
I had sewers. My grandma and my mother were sewers, but no quilters.
What
We
made you
sewed.
fall in love with quilting?
What?
What made you fall in love with quilting?
I had pusher friends.
It's your friends.
They made me do it.
Another one falls to the peer pressure of the quilting community.
It's a hard thing to resist. So I've been doing it for, well, I've been sewing forever, but quilting for probably 16 years now. You'd think I'd catch on.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's perfect. Except that I gotta fix that seam because it's coming off. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up because it's you can't see the whole thing when I do it the other way. So I'm just gonna pin it on like approximately where it's gonna be. Um, and then once I fix that one seam, 3.5 does it. I hope it looks this good. You'd almost never know.
Mhm.
No, that looks great.
Yeah. And since you have them in the corners, it doesn't stand out. Like it looks like it was supposed to be like that.
Like it was supposed to be like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of breaking it up.
So put those two sides on and then put your ends on.
And then do the ends. Okay, and only the ends are gonna get the cornerstones.
Right, because if you don't have the sides on, you don't have anything to, the cornerstones are just, there's nothing to sew them to.
Okay, let's put this here. And this. And then I gotta reset this really quick. And then let's put this one on. Okay, let me see. Have I let everybody in? I know, Kim, isn't it cool? It's cool. Okay, let's put this on. Who else do I have on here? Sherry, what are you working on this month, Sherry?
I just finished my smiley face quilt for one of my granddaughters. Just the top. I haven't got it quilted.
How fun.
Yeah, it is cute. It is cute. She likes emojis, so
Oh, that's cool.
so I'm
Can
not good about getting them quilted. I got to work on that. I like doing the piecing so well.
You know, I said it on the channel one day, and I really do believe it. By the time you get through all the stress, especially like, just the stress and the thinking and the cutting and the sewing to do the top, like I find that I get the top done and there's this little trigger in my brain that thinks I'm done. Like I pat myself on the back, I hold it up, I show my husband. Everybody
Yeah,
says, "Oh my gosh, that's so pretty." And then it dawns on me, it's nothing. It's like a sheet. It's
I
like
know.
a sewn together sheet. And so then you say to yourself, "Oh my God, now I gotta go lay it out on the floor or on the bed." And
Got to figure out the back. That's always a
it's a
problem.
whole other project. I gotta figure out the back. And then you realize how much fabric it's gonna take to do the back.
I know.
And then you realize you're gonna have to sell a kidney to
Yeah,
buy enough fabric to do all these quilt backs.
I know.
Did you
Yeah.
ever figure out the backing, Angela, for that one?
This I think what I'm going to do, although I'm using some of it now, and now I'm questioning if I would even have enough. I was going to do these squares that are the cornerstones now and the kind of centerpieces. Is the coloring was very close to my background fabric. So I didn't use this in any of the flying geese or in the leaves or anything like that because it was just so close to the background fabric that I thought it's going to be so blah. I didn't use it. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll just piece all these 5-inch squares together and use them as my background. I thought, why can't you have like a patchwork not background, backing?
I just,
Well,
go ahead.
I just don't think I'm gonna have enough. So no. The answer to your question, Robin, is no. I'm just not sure about the back.
I just made a pieced backing. I don't know if you can see it, but I just took the leftover hunks of back quarters and
Oh wow.
I split the black and white is what I wanted for the backing. And I just didn't have quite enough. And so I had these leftover pieces of fabric. So you can just put, you could put all those 5-inch pieces together and put them between maybe something else that you have on hand. You don't need.
I still think I'm going to do that. I don't know how often I'm ever going to flip this thing over anyway. So,
It used to be that people didn't get all worked up over backing. That's kind of something that happens now. And I think not that, it's not fun to have a nice backing. It is fun. But I think fabric shops have started to realize that, oh my gosh, we could sell a whole bunch more fabric.
oh yeah.
If we, made people think that the back of their quilt had to be thus and such, I don't know. That's kind of what I don't know. But sometimes I do spend a bunch of money on backing. But
sometimes I find it on some quilts. I'll give you a good example. And I kind of got this is occasionally every once in a while. I have such a strong personality, I feel like that it's odd to me when this kind of thing happens. So, um, I have this very large, um, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's an Ohio Star. I'll have to find the fabric, the pattern. I'll find it and post it somewhere. Anyway, it's a very large quilt and it's a star. The whole thing is one star, if that makes sense. It's like a big, great big Ohio star or a great big blah 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 star. Anyway, um, when it was finished, I found that it wasn't my most favorite project. I loved the fabric that I used, but then when I put it together in a quilt, suddenly I wasn't totally in love with it.
Sorry.
You're fine, if that makes sense. So then by the time I got that, I was like, you know what? I should finish this quilt. I need to finish this quilt. In fact, my intent for this quilt is for it to go to uh, a charity or someplace local in town. So I go to Joann's before they close to find the fabric for it. And I found a fabric that I thought I really liked. And then the manager came over and we got chatting and we got talking. We were talking about Joann's closing, and I said, I need something to go on the back of this quilt. And so we started looking and we found this one that I really liked. And then she said, you know what? I think I have something in that similar color in 108 inches. And then you really wouldn't have to seam it together very much. So I said, all right, well, show me that. And when she showed it to me, she fell in love with it. And I bought it, but I didn't like it as much as the one that I would have had to have pieced, if that makes any sense at all. But somehow, Betsy, the quilt pushers, bullies, every one of them. I managed to let her talk me into, and I didn't do it. I wasn't like she badgered me into it. Somehow I ended up at the cash register with this, right. And it wasn't cheap. You know what I mean? I mean, thank goodness it was on sale because they were closing. But the problem is kind of to Betsy's point, kind of to Robin's point, I'm not in love with the backing, but I've spent a considerable amount of money on it on something that I'm going to end up giving away.
It happens.
I could have put a sheet on it. You know what I mean? Like I could have just gone and bought a lavender king size quilt sheet. I mean, sheet. And I'll show you this quilt. Some of you might remember seeing it. Oh, I've actually got it kind of sandwiched. Oh, hey. No, no, I don't. I should finish this weekend. Get it out of my sewing room. I don't know how far back. I have my glasses on, so now you're all blurry. Okay.
Oh, that's really nice.
Can you see that?
Yeah, it's pretty. Very pretty.
I don't know what that star is. I can't remember.
Are those, it's a sawtooth star, isn't it?
I think it's a sawtooth star.
Um, are those blues or grays?
Both
Oh.
blues and lavenders and greens, and they're kind of like they remind me of almost like African violet type. There's some hydrangeas in there.
Pretty. It's very pretty.
It really is. Maybe I just convinced myself that I wasn't that pleased with it, and maybe I actually am kind of pleased with it. I even bordered it already. Hey, well, wonders never cease. I guess all it really needs is a backing and a little bit of quilting, and it'll be done. And that was the border.
And you have the backing. That's
And I
the,
have the backing.
that the lady sold you in?
The lady saw me and said, I'm gonna get rid of that Starry Night thing tonight. The one I had really liked, do you see on the border? It's got these kind of, they're almost like curly Q type swirls. The border that the backing that I really liked had that same kind of feel. But somehow this is the back. This is the backing.
Hold it a little closer if you can. That's really pretty. Really
It is
pretty.
very pretty. It's stars. The coloring is just about perfect.
For
Just-
John.
You know, sometimes you get a mental picture in your head. This is kind of what I'm always telling people on this channel, especially because we have a lot of people that are really new to quilting, and somebody like me that's not necessarily super new. I mean, I haven't been quilting for 20 years, but for a while. Sometimes you have to give yourself a break. You know, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I like it. And sometimes you have to step away from it because now that I've opened it up, I'm like, you know what, that really is actually quite pretty.
It's very pretty.
I like it.
It's big too.
It's huge. I have no clue how I'm gonna even quilt this on my machine, just doing some lines. It's huge.
Pack it up in a suitcase and come up to Fargo and you can do it
I
up.
know, and then you can put it on your long arm for me.
And then you can do it. I haven't had my long arm that long, a couple years, so I'm still
Really?
I'm no pro, that's for sure.
That would probably be the next thing. Oh, my glasses. That would probably be the next
Oh.
thing that we do. What?
Jerry has something to show us.
Here's my,
Oh.
Are they smiley faces?
let me see if I can get it up.
Oh, isn't
Let
that
me get
cute?
back.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
is
very cute.
adorable.
I love it. The
It is.
colors are so cheerful.
Well, I hope she likes it.
Oh, yeah.
How happy is that?
Yeah, it was fun to make. It was fun to make. I wasn't, like I say, I love to piece, so I just need to quilt it now. But I'm trying to make a quilt for each of my grandkids, and there's 16 of them. So
Oh, my
I
God.
gotta,
Holy cow.
Bless you.
Wow, Sherry, that's amazing. Okay, I just realized I have a whole slew of comments over on the Facebook side, so I'm going to do those.
Okay.
Okay. So Janice said, "Wow, Robin, that is amazing. It is amazing how the dye stuff that you do, the laser stuff that you do, not dye."
Oh, thank you.
Shannon said, "The leaves look great. I'm always on the lookout for sheets for backing." Yeah, I think I'm gonna, because occasionally you end up with a project that you either don't finish or you get stalled at because it just needs a simple, basic backing, and a sheet will do fine. I also have to come back to Shannon, so Shannon, don't leave. Janice, I often just use solid on the back. If it's a wall hanging, then it's going to be up next to the wall. I know that's kind of why I'm just going to use these leftover 5-inch pieces. I think I am going to actually just do that because this is going to be on my table, and I don't ever see myself flipping it over. I'm either going to use it the way that it is with the leaves showing, or I'm not going to, or it's going to be put away. Erlene said, I like muslin for my backs. It really shows the quilting.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Janice also likes muslin. Virgo rising. Hi, Virgo rising. It makes sense. It's a tough decision. I know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is huge, Dubrovka. It's huge. I guess I was thinking I was going to put it in my bedroom. I don't know. It's been a while. I did this last year. Add it to your collection. And I am gonna, since you guys like the backing, sometimes the other problem is I think that you can kind of get inside your own head and you get stuck on a way that you think that you want to see something done, and then you don't finish it. You just kind of stall out on the whole project, and I don't want to do that. I also have to find some more. Hi, Minnie. I also have to find some more. I'm really excited about what we're going to do in November. We need a name for the November project. That's the first thing. For the giveaways that for the donations that we're gonna do. But I really am excited about that. Primarily because I don't have a lot of people to give my quilts to. We don't have, we have a small gaggle of grandkids, but a lot of them we don't see because they're not close or for whatever reason. And the two that live close by, I mean, how many quilts can I make for those two? All right, let's get at least this one border on, and then is that like Project Linus? Yes, it's not Diane Moshke, I hope I'm saying that right, asked on Facebook, on YouTube, if that was like Project Linus. Yes, and maybe I'll use Project Linus as my place for November. So our project in November, for those of you that didn't hear it when we talked about it last week, for November, so this is November, a little ways off. And you don't have to do this. You don't have to if you don't want to. Completely up to you. But we are going to the quilts that we make. If you make a baby quilt, if you make a king size quilt, is to find a worthy organization or person. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you live in a town where there's a family that is really just stuck on hard times, and cold weather's coming. It comes every year. And something like that would not only keep them warm, but maybe keep their hearts warm a little bit too. So that's our goal for the month of November. So we have a little ways to kind of plan for that, and figure out what you want to do. If you want to do baby blankets and donate them to a hospital, or if you want to do them through Project Linus. Project Linus, for those of you that haven't heard of it, you can Google it. But they do primarily it's for children, but it could be for adults. I don't remember. Primarily for children who find themselves in situations where they get displaced. So they're in foster care, or they get taken out of a home, from their parents, and they're having to go into foster care, or they're going to temporary care, or whatever. And this is something that belongs to them, because a lot of times they leave with nothing. And this blanket that you make with your hands is theirs, just theirs. But that you can do, I know I've seen a lot of posts and women, there are people that give them to hospitals for like the NICU units, for the little babies. There's a million different things. Who doesn't need a blanket every once in a while? So that's our goal for the month of November, is to see how many blankets we can give away. Until then, we have to figure out what exactly I'm going to do for the month of September. Thank goodness the side is straight, because I didn't square this last border up. But which is a question. When you guys are getting ready to put a border on, Are you basically squaring up your, let's just say your quilt before you put your border on, so your border goes on straight too? Or are you just winging it?
Uh,
I tried to square up, but I try to square up as I'm going to, so.
So that by the time you get to that point, you're pretty much square. You don't have big disparities on either side.
Well, hopefully not. That doesn't always work. But
I kind of square up as I go too. Try to.
and I was going to mention my flying geese ruler. I have a quilt in a day flying geese ruler. That's what I use for my flying geese. It works really well to square those up.
Quilt in a day, flying geese ruler.
Yeah, it has a couple of sizes on it. So
Really?
yeah, I really like it. I forgot I had it until I had to do a bunch of flying geese, and I found it, and it works really well.
Do they come in, like if there's two sizes on the ruler, are there other rulers with other sizes on them?
Oh, I'll go grab it and look at it. I don't remember. Let me go grab it.
Oh, this worked out perfectly. My fear with trying to cut down the flying geese, I mean, increase the seam allowance on the flying geese, was they were gonna look weird. I have another appointment tonight, so I can't stay too late tonight. Let's see. That worked. Perfect.
Nice.
Lined right up.
Right? Good. Very nice.
Oh, yay. Oh my gosh. What a relief. What a relief. All right, so now let's fix these other ones.
Before we start to wind this up, I really enjoy this and I appreciate that Steve worked so hard to make it happen. So,
Betsy, you are sweet. And I tell you what, I get so many comments from people thanking, hi Candace, hi Diane. Just found your channel. Well, thanks for stopping by. Next thing you know, the borders are on. Shannon says she mostly squares up as she goes, but I have been known to forget, and the next thing you know, the borders are on. That's usually what happens to me. I'm usually sewing along and I'm like, what's happening here? Or I end up sewing and there's a gap and you can put your finger through it, and then it dawns on me I didn't square this stuff up. Prep for Eternity Homestead. Hello, Jennifer. Okay. Betsy, I appreciate you saying that. He works the last 2 days, and then all weekend. He has been mostly in my sewing room, getting all this stuff set up so that we could have the camera up there and trying to kind of, find the right tables and oh my goodness, and the right lights and everything. And I just think it turned out so cool. And then we're gonna hang kind of either the quilt or the project of the month or what we've done the previous month back here. So I'm gonna probably move this heart right here behind me tomorrow or over the weekend because I've got to figure out what to do with it. It's it's very long and it's very narrow. It's too narrow to really be comfortably something that you would functionally use, but it's too long to be a wall. I mean, I don't know what wall I would hang it on like a permanent basis. So I'll put it up over this week or over the weekend, and then you guys can kind of take a look at that and come up with your suggestions on what we should do for it. But he is a sweetheart, and I don't know what I would do without him.
Oh,
That's sweet.
I don't know. I
You know,
just don't-
this is just a thought. Oh, sorry, Sherry.
No, I was just gonna say, this is the flying geese. I don't know how to show it to you very well.
It's coming.
Oh yeah.
It has two sizes, 1.5 by 3 is at the one end. And the other end is 3 inch by 6, and those are finished sizes. But they also have a flying geese ×4 ruler, which makes it very easy for you to do it 4 at a time. It just tells you, has you measure out your one block is the solid line, and the 4 blocks are the dotted lines. So you just need the ruler, and you don't need to worry about the math. It tells you the finished size.
Oh,
Oh, I'm going and find that tonight. And then watch. I will make another flying geese for the rest of the year.
And this,
But I'm going to find that.
the flying geese by 4 rulers by Lazy Girl Designs.
Lazy Girl Designs. Okay, let's write that
And
one
the other
down.
one's by Quilt in the Day.
Quilt in a Day. I got that one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Shannon says, right, Betsy, Steve is the man. And Shannon, I want to thank you for your emails last night. We have an incredible gift at some point that we are gonna share with you that's coming from Shannon. And so when it arrives, we'll do a little unboxing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Fancy seeing you here. Okay. There was something else I was gonna. Oh no, Betsy was gonna say something.
oh, I was just thinking about that heart, and if you can never find anything to do with it, there might be a church that would be interested in it to hang in there.
You know what? That's a fantastic idea. That would be a fantastic idea. If it once it was finished, had a little border on it, wouldn't that be cool? When I hang it, you guys, I love the way that it came out. It's backward right now. You're looking at the back of it, but it came out so pretty, and I couldn't figure out where I had if that was the intent. But that's a really great idea because that would be the kind of thing that a church would hang in. In a hallway or something like that, or in a vestibule or whatever.
Yeah.
And on a side note, obviously, our prayers go out to the 1, 2, 3.5, the people in Minneapolis today.
Oh, that's so terrible.
What
a nightmare.
What a nightmare. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anybody else? Angela, I think you are a sweetheart. You guys are sweet. Holy cow. Okay, let's see. 10 after. All right, I'm going to get this last border. I'm not going to be able to get it sewn on, but I'm going to get at least the center cornerstone piece done. I mean, that little center spacer done. And then I have to run. And I'm so excited that I'm really super excited that we figured out the whole live and Zoom thing. Because for those of you that like the Zoom, it's great because you can come on and be on Zoom and turn your cameras on if you like and chit chat. And for those of you that like just being on YouTube, basically YouTube Live, you can do that too. And it works for everybody. And Steve finally figured out how to have all the different platforms on here so that he doesn't have to sit here and babysit me the whole time. He can go. He's mowing the grass right now, or at least he was mowing the grass. But his buddies, when they hear the tractor go on, his buddies are like 12-year-old boys. You go, oh, Steve's in the yard. Let's go see Steve. And so he gets about 2 strips done, and then his buddies come over and they want to chit chat. So I heard the mower start, but I don't know. I don't know how much more mowing he's getting done.
That's- That's a good neighborhood when that happens.
It is. It is. That's the other thing that sometimes makes it hard is hard to be between the places that you really like because we we didn't have like this, we didn't have in California where we lived in California. We didn't have the not that it wasn't necessarily available, I guess, but we just didn't. He didn't have like, golfing buddies and people that would, friends that would stop by, and we didn't have fantastic neighbors. Our neighbors were super nice. They were very nice ladies, but they were um just kind of kept to themselves and did, stuff with their families, and that was it. And then we came here and we built this little community, our own little kind of, I don't know, village. And that would be if we were to ever leave, which I don't think we will. But if we were, that would be very hard to give up. You come to find how I've always lived. I've never lived anywhere where I had neighbors that I absolutely, I mean, once, one apartment I lived in, the people who lived below me were just awful. Awful. But other than that, I've always lived places where the neighbors were at least nice. And we were really blessed when we moved here that we have just super sweet neighbors. All right, folks, this was fantastic tonight. It was fantastic because everything went well. I could see because there was no catastrophe that happened. Jeannie, I didn't ask Jeannie, what are you working on, Jean? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's really cool.
These are 3/4 hexes. This is only my second project. I'm gonna these are from charm squares. So I'm gonna just put them all together and see what I create.
Oh my gosh.
That's really neat.
Yeah, I use based it with thread instead of glue. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of glue. I've never done it, but I just like the idea of sitting here basing them while I'm watching TV and YouTube. You YouTubers.
That's cool. All the YouTube
Yeah.
quilters.
Yes.
That
Oh,
is
you learn so much from YouTube.
Oh, I know.
Oh, everything.
amazing. In fact,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny and then I'll wrap it up from that. Shannon says she loves doing hexies, Jean. My mom was not a big cooker. She didn't love cooking. She has the same approach really to dinners that I do. I make dinner for my family because I can't let them starve. That's why I make dinner. I wish when I was in my 20s that somebody had pulled me aside and said, "Listen, you should start building some sort of a library, or you should start girding yourself for the fact that you're going to have to not only make dinner, you're going to have to plan it, figure out what to make, and make sure everyone likes it for the rest of your life." And no one ever prepared me for that. My mom she didn't love to cook. She didn't love to bake. Just wasn't her thing. And so there are times when I'll call my mom, or I have called my mom in the past and said, how long should I cook these ribs? Or what temperature should I put the oven on for a pot roast? And she'll say, go on YouTube. You should Google it. Google it. You'll find the best ones on Google. And it's always so funny to me because you think that your mom would say, Oh, here's how I've done it. And I've done it like this way for 20 years. My mom's like, I don't know, open up the package, pull out YouTube, you'll figure it out. Very, very, it's quite comical. And once again, I have to figure out what to make for dinner for these folks here tonight that live with me. So with that, I'm gonna have to bid you all good night. I had such a fantastic time tonight. I just started English paper piecing. Dubravka says, wow, it's a great travel project. That's my one, maybe that's something that I do need to kind of, that's what I need to do, start another project. Because you can't take, I know, I don't have enough. I don't have enough things that I don't have time to do. So let's pare the time down more and add English paper piecing to it. Because you can't take this stuff with you in the car. And I've already told you I usually just crochet because I can still talk and have a current conversation with Steve. If I'm reading, then we don't, we're not chatting or whatever, and I feel rude. Okay. I think that is it. The worst part about being an adult is figuring out what to cook for dinner every day. It's right, Candace, for the rest of your life. But I still have one at home and one away at college that will be back next year, so I may have to cook forever. Yes, you do. You'll need to start, you have to do it forever. There will probably not be a time, Candace, until you're well into your 80s where you can just stand over the kitchen sink and eat whatever's in the fridge. That's my dream. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you all for showing up tonight. This was a blast. I loved seeing everybody's
Thank you,
project
Angela.
you're working on. You're
Thank
very, very
you.
welcome. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening and a fabulous morning. So on. And don't forget,
Only a quarter inch
only a
seam.
quarter inch seam. Yay! Good night, everybody. This was so much fun. We'll do it again next month. We do Zoom once a month, and then and then the regular Wednesdays and Sundays we do just straight YouTube live. So I can't wait till next month's Zoom. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.